Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Chris Winter and today I'm going to take an in-depth look at one of Canon's most popular professional lenses, the 24mm f1.4 L lens version 2. Now I know a lot of professional photographers who use this lens religiously to get their wide angle shots, so what I want to do today is put it to the test, take some sample shots and see just how good this red ring beauty is. I'd also like to thank the guys over at Brisbane Camera Hire for letting me use this for a while and really put it to the test. But anyway, let's get on to it and see just how good it really is. So let's take a look at the build quality of this 24mm lens. Now, as you probably know already, this lens has a red ring around it, which means that it's one of Canon's pro lenses. And the build quality is definitely up to that. Now, coming in at 650 grams, it's definitely not the lightest lens around, but when you pair it up with a pro body, it feels just about right. It's got a very nice full-time focus ring, very smooth, and wide enough to get a good grip. I've been using this for video work for a while now, and it's definitely become one of my favorites to pull focus with. Now, if we take a look at the back of this lens here, you can see that it's got a metallic mount, which is always nice to see. And like the other L lenses that Canon make, it's actually weather sealed, which is really good because it means that you don't have to really worry if you get your lens a little bit wet or a little bit dusty, it's gonna be able to hold up to that. So let's take a look at the field of view of this 24mm f1.4. Now it is a full frame compatible body, so it does mean that it can go on a 5D Mark III and pretty much go on any other Canon DSLR. At 24mm on a full frame body like this Canon 5D Mark III, it's really quite wide, allowing you to get plenty into your shots, while still allowing you to get that really cool shallow depth of field. Now if we do change it over to a crop sensor body, I'm currently using the Canon 70D, you can see that it's a little bit more zoomed in, and it roughly equates to around about 38mm on the Canon 70D, and it's definitely one of my favorite focal lengths. I've been using a lot of 24mm lenses lately, and I really do like this focal length. Hey guys, as always, if you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a thumbs up. But anyway, let's get on to the next part of the video. So I've been using this 24-1.4 from Canon for a while now, and one of the things that's really impressed me and kind of surprised me is just how fast the autofocus speed is. It really focuses before you know it. Now the 24mm has a USM motor, which stands for ultrasonic motor, and it's very, very quiet, and I found it to be very snappy. I found even in low light, this lens performs really well to lock onto your subject. So right now I've got a few vintage cameras here on my desk, and what I'm going to do is focus on them each, and we'll see just how snappy this is. I'm using a 5D Mark III, right, by the way, so listen out for that confirmation beep and we'll see how quick it is. You can hear that there's almost no delay. Actually, that is very, very fast. That's definitely one of the fastest prime lenses I've used for autofocus, so I'm very impressed with it. A definite plus for this lens. So now let's talk about bokeh, or the background blur behind your subject, as you can see right here. Now, one of the coolest things about this 24mm is that because it's got such a wide aperture of f1.4, even at a wide angle, you can get some really nice shallow depth of field. And the bokeh itself is actually really quite nice. It's very smooth, and with 8 aperture blades, it's actually quite round. Now I think on a crop censored camera is where this lens really shines. At roughly 38mm and with that wide 1.4 aperture, you can really blur out your background. Everything just looks really, really cool. So if you are looking to take those dreamy shots, this could be the lens for you. So I quickly want to talk about autofocus for video. Now I've been using this on a Canon 70D, which has that dual pixel autofocus. And I've got to say I've been pretty impressed with how they pair up. Now it's not the most responsive lens, and it's definitely not going to stand up to something like the STM lenses from Canon, but I was able to keep myself in focus quite easily with the face tracking mode on. Now, similar to the Sigma 24mm f1.4 lens, this has a 25cm minimum focus distance, which means you can get almost macro shots with this lens, especially on a crop censored body. So right now I'll show you just how close you can get with these matches right here, and we'll see what the results are like. So I can get here, a little bit closer. Right there is the closest we're going to get. And as you can see, you can get some really nice shots, pretty close, and it's able to kind of fill up the frame. So that nice close minimum focus distance is always a good thing. So I quickly want to talk about vignetting. Now at f1.4, it does vignette quite a lot, but this is very common for a 24mm. It's not as bad as other lenses that I've seen, and once you step it down to around about f2.8 to f4, it does improve quite a lot. So as always, I like to include a few different sample shots so you can see pretty much what you're gonna get with this lens. Now I've been really impressed with it, and as you can see, you can get some really cool angles from different perspectives, especially on a full frame body. And one of the coolest things about this lens is that even though it's a very wide angle shot, you can still get that shallow depth of field, which is totally unique. I've found it's got great contrast, and chromatic aberration is actually handled really, really well. So overall, I've been very, very happy with the 24L lens. So there you go, guys. That was my review on the Canon 24mm f1.4L lens. It is a fantastic piece of glass. There's a reason why many professional photographers love using this lens. Now, if you liked this video, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a thumbs up. And guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.